Hello and welcome to this new part of Danganronpa Another. Last time, a lot of discord happened. A very cool-like behavior of Police Boy.
There is sheer chaos, and Kinjo literally ate dirt, and it was great. And Akane literally straddled him and tied him up. And I'm just like, thank you, beloved,
Yes,
for
no,
doing what I've wanted since
yes,
chapter 2.
yes. Absolutely. Now, if only someone could just put their hand in his hair and correct it.
Mm-hmm. That's
Just,
the only thing missing.
yes.
Fix his hair and then leave him locked in the room. But they likely didn't even do that. And I'm like, but his hair is so bad.
Yes, it is terrible. Alrighty then. Let's see where this eerily quiet moment will take us.
Yeah.
By the way, did
Yeah.
we want to sleep or did we want to explore? I am not sure anymore.
I think Yuki woke up.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we do need to go a certain way.
Okay. Not this way. Alright, Yuki.
Don't.
Okay,
So
apparently.
maybe the armory?
Yeah, it looks like Yuki really wants to go to the armory. The arsenal, inside the tightly closed door, full of inspiration. At such a close place, only there exist the clues that could help us overcome the situation. Why didn't I realize? There was a way to get out from the suffering so easily. Yuki, no.
My man, I understand you're depressed, but this is not the way.
I mean, it is the only way in a way.
Yeah.
But not for Yuki.
Yeah.
He's our protagonist, we need him.
Yeah. There's 2.5 chapters left, bud.
Yep.
Don't do this.
Reason and morality have already been gone out the window. Rather than waiting to die like this, I... Huh? It's locked. The arsenal is locked? No, I don't remember seeing a lock on the door to the arsenal. This door cannot be locked. Then why doesn't it open?
Are we about to stumble upon a murder?
Could be, could be.
Is that what's about to happen here? What's all the fuss, Maida?
Teruya, hey there. The arsenal door doesn't open.
What? Who locked it?
It couldn't have been locked. The door to the arsenal doesn't have a lock mechanism. Someone blocked it with something from the inside. Hey, help me open this.
Okay. I'm sorry, I wanted to drag that out because he's so confused.
Yeah. Hmm?
Oh no.
Something broke.
Yeah, sounds like it.
What's that sound? I think something broke inside.
The thing that was blocking the door inside seems to be broken. Will it open now?
We have another locked door mystery.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think so. What?
Ah! What is this?
A very not nice sound and light, I guess.
Was it a flashbang?
Could be. At the moment of opening the door, my view was filled with a huge noise. I couldn't see anything, and I couldn't hear anything.
That
Was it?
sounds like a flashbang.
Yeah. Was it a flashbang grenade that's common in FPS games? I felt like I was hit by that. It became impossible to know top or bottom, left and right, and it becomes impossible to tell whether you're standing or falling.
So did Yuki just fucking reference video games? Is our boy a gamer?
Could be. He certainly knows what flashbang is.
Oh my god. Okay.
As time passed, and as my eyesight and hearing gradually recovered, the figure of Teruya and myself began to be engraved on the eyeballs by something coming from the floor. What? It's smoky.
My eyes are still weird. The tears don't stop. Damn it! Who's doing this prank? Oh, so it might have also been tear gas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks like gas at least. Uh, Teruya, there's something inside. I still couldn't walk properly because my head was still ringing. I walked into the arsenal as if I was hooked by something, because there was a familiar smell that I have sensed a lot in the past few weeks, in the thick scent of the smoke. Yeah, there's no doubt this is blood. As soon as I smelled it, my mind freezes. I couldn't accept reality that awaited in the arsenal, the cruel reality, which was engraved into my eyes.
Oh, Haruhiko.
Well,
Well, there goes one of mine.
yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Well, at least it didn't look like a gruesome death like the others.
I mean, so he definitely coughed up blood.
Hmm.
Looks like there's a bullet wound to his chest.
Hmm.
And I think there's some blood on his lap, like on one of his hands. It's hard to tell because of the
Yeah.
text box.
Guess we'll have to see for the details.
Hmm.
With no vitality left in his eyes, I opened my eyes to his empty dead eyes. The cruel reality of the death of Haruhiko Kobashikawa, the ultimate pilot. Yeah, I had the feeling that his death legs were rising.
Yeah, he was already giving off a lot. Yeah, I'm right. And look at his hand.
Hmm. Haruhiko died. Another terrifying murder took place. I must say though, I'm surprised that Satsuki outlived him.
We haven't seen her yet, so we don't know.
I would hope we only get one double death per game.
I would hope so too, but we don't know.
Haruhiko
Where
died.
is our girl?
Yeah.
I just where is our girl? Because like they're inseparable. So this makes me real worried.
She could be the murderer. She was already quite self-sacrificial, though I expected it more to be like
Yeah,
her.
I could
Yeah,
mm,
I expected her
yeah.
to be the victim. Hmm.
I mean, to be fair, if this is the case, Haru is a simp for women.
Hmm.
I don't think he'd be comfortable hurting a girl in any
That's true.
sense.
Hmm. Haruhiko died. Another terrifying murder took place. The others came running soon due to the noise of the flashbang and the thick smoke, and then the body discovery announcement came out. After these shocking things happened in an instant, we were eating, of course.
Satsuki.
Hmm. Eating. Eating like crazy. I ate food so vehemently, as if trying to relieve my resentment. After Haruhiko's body being discovered, Monokuma immediately provided us with food. There was so much, we could eat as much as we wanted to eat. Since a murder has occurred, we have to investigate and, of course, have a class trial, but before all this, we needed to eat. After eating as much as possible to recover our stamina, we must do our best to find the culprit who killed Haruhiko. To find the culprit who couldn't stand hunger and killed a friend, we continue to eat.
Okay, but he's gonna get their clothes back now, right? Because he only trapped them in there because he wanted someone to die.
Yeah.
So please give them their clothes back.
As Haruhiko left us, there were only 7 people left in this place. Now we are with Kinjo and Mikado here, while filling our stomachs. Everyone didn't say anything, as if it was because of the shock or because they had food in front of them that they hadn't seen for days. Except for one, Iranami. Haru... why you... Yeah. Hey! Why are you being noisy? Eat or cry, just do one at a time. Easy to say, though.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they were inseparable up until this point. Because they started connecting really early in the game and then gradually kind of like only hung out together.
Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, but I'm sad. What can I do? It was Satsuki who was the closest, almost like family, to Haruhiko. So she must be hit the hardest by the loss of him. Satsuki, who tried to stay as bright as possible in any situation, couldn't stand crying. Guys, listen while eating. I have a confession to make before we investigate. Actually, I was swayed a few times that I thought I would do the killing myself a few days ago. I went in and out of the arsenal countless times.
I'm trying to wonder why he's saying this right now when it could derail the investigation.
It's probably something like relief.
I guess, but this also heavily derails the investigation. I don't know how to feel about Yuki saying this right the fuck now.
I don't think he's like thinking logically right now.
Oh, absolutely not. He's been delirious from hunger for days, and then one of his friends is dead. Then he's been stuck in the same clothes for like days too. So, yeah, I can kind of get it, I guess.
I don't have a face I can show you. I'm really sorry.
It wasn't Mida's fault. Anyone would have been swayed by it. Honey, you're just trying to make him feel better. Actually, I hesitated again and again. Yeah, it would be weird not to go crazy. I've been just picking people to die. I've been going nuts, very mad, and even though I was beyond myself, I deserved to die 1,000 times more than Haruhiko.
Kawazing! It's not anyone's fault. The bad one is Monokuma, trying to make a murder take place, so we have no choice but to go on trial again. I am satisfied. I've eaten now, so I'll begin investigating. I'll ask you to investigate as well, because you're not out of the crisis from dying, because we can't fail the trial, right?
Wait a minute, Kinjo.
What do you want?
Why are you so calmly asking for cooperation? And don't you have anything to say?
He also went a bit mad. Maybe he feels bad.
Beat his ass. Beat his ass. Beat his ass, Teria. I need everyone to beat his ass this chapter. That's all I want.
He also got degraded already, so maybe that
Yeah.
that cooled his head.
Maybe? I don't know. I'm pretty sure no one's really on board with the fact that he's untied other than he should be eating, but like, God. Weren't you the one who forced people to commit suicide because you were completely out of your mind? How did I guess he was gonna say that? You're not gonna say you don't remember, do you? After making turmoil and being fucking nuts?
Didn't I tell you this? I won't treat you like criminals only in the case of a class trial. Because I want to cooperate as much as possible. And I was nuts? I don't seem to remember that. Dude. I
am so tired of him!
I can't remember, so I did nothing wrong.
He's like, man, y'all must be hallucinating, Mr. Gaslighter. I'm so tired of him.
Oh my god.
Do you really think we're that dumb? We almost died because of you.
Don't be mistaken. It's just that I don't have any memories about acting like that. I'm not soft enough yet to blow my mind only because I was hungry.
Uh-huh. I think the reason he's saying that he doesn't have any crazy memories is probably because he thinks that what he did wasn't crazy. I feel like that's the reason he's saying this.
That would be even worse.
He's bananas, Rina.
Oh gee. Huh? Kinjo, wait a second. To say that you didn't go crazy. Insane? Did you mean that? What about it?
And in your mind, after thinking, oh my god, am I right? Does he think that you really tried to kill us?
In that situation, there was only one way to solve it without murder. Yo!
That's nuts! You were hungry and sleeping, and you were always this nuts!
Why am I the only one being suspected? I just acted to save you guys, who didn't want to become preliminary criminals.
What do you mean, save? Death is not eternal rest! What the hell is this? A cult of religion? Oh my god, yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Call him out on his cultist bullshit. I'm so proud of you, my boy.
It was absolutely cult-like. Man.
Oh my god, yeah.
So you want a word of apology from me? For me to say an apology means admitting that I did something wrong and express my apology. But I did nothing wrong here.
I can't believe him. He really is like this. He's absolutely bonkers!
Please, boy, when are you getting your redemption arc? When is it gonna start? Like...
Rina, what if he doesn't have one?
That could also be it. He could also get worse.
What the fuck? What if he doesn't have one?
Honestly, getting worse is also a very valid form of character development and very interesting to see.
Yeah.
If you're looking for apologies, you guys should be the ones to do it. You tied me up and confined me. Right now we're going back and forth on a class trial now. But at least I know how to take responsibility for my actions. Dude! What responsibility? What? How are you taking responsibility, dude? How? How?
This man is literally like, so you tied me up and confined me, and it totally wasn't self-defense, and you were completely in the wrong for doing it. What is wrong with him? Why is everything ever wrong with Kinjo Tsurugi? Please! Please! I'm so tired of this man!
I wonder what would happen if you try to dissect his brain? Like, what is even in there?
God damn it, I have a joke I can't say yet because it involves game 2. Fuck.
Like, a smaller version of himself in dictatorship getup? Because that's
This
the only.
makes me wonder how his dad was, though.
Oh no. If he's
Honestly, makes
worse.
me wonder
Oh
how his
gee.
dad was. Yeah. That's why I'm like, he's gotta get this from somewhere, right? Like,
Hmm.
children get this type of behavior from somewhere. Or they will rationalize things so fucking dramatically about something that happened to them where they're like, okay, so it has to be like this then because everything I've ever known is fucking horrible, so it has to be like this to fix it, air quotes. So now I'm like, what the fuck happened at home to turn you into this? What happened to you?
Good
I just want to
question.
know.
Very good question. And we will maybe know once we look at all the free time events.
God, please. You damned.
Teruya, stop it. Kinjo, just as I thought. You are being very strange right now. You simply hate crime, but it's not just that. The mood has completely changed from before. Kinjo himself doesn't know what's best for anyone, and because of that, you're being this weird, right? I told you to shut up, Maeda.
Trouble in paradise.
Yes, yes. Whatever both sides say, it remains on the work of a class trial anyway. Focus on the investigation, not on this bullshit.
I'm so tired of him.
when is your redemption gonna start, my boy? Or are you gonna die with
Never.
it?
I am fully convinced that he will never have a redemption arc. It is not possible. We are this far in. There are 2.5 chapters left, and I just don't see it happening.
Maybe he will do the usual thing and just die in chapter 5.
We can hope and we can pray, but we have no idea. Kinjo is really mad. It's really strange, as Maida said.
That guy, what happened? Why is he acting like that? Just a few things. Well, maybe it's for the best. As he said, the fact that we are on the verge of a class trial remains the same. Don't think just because we're free from here that it's all over.
I love that Mikaru is able to keep her head all the time.
Yes.
She's like the only one who does.
Damn it, why does it have to be like this? Maida, I understand you have mixed feelings. You guys are right, but for now, let's focus on the investigation. Well. Satsuki, you too. For Haru's sake, okay? Yeah, okay. Okay. Prior to the investigation, we changed from our party outfits to our casual clothes that we now no longer need to wear. As a result, I was able to recover my student handbook, and it was easier to move. Although Haruhiko's death was the cause of our escape, it would be in vain if the truth was not revealed at the subsequent class trial. It's the same story all over again. Kinjo, there were many problems ahead, but as my friend said, let's focus on the problem in front of us. The class trial is not to be taken lightly at all, and not to face it without thoughts that would disrupt our reasoning. It sure is. What the heck
Holy shit.
happened here? Haru, were you like dragged all across the room in the most
I don't think this is drag marks. I think it's staggering.
But
Like
even
that he
then,
walked.
that's.
Okay. So he got shot, right?
Hmm.
And his hand is, or seems to be, fucked. And there's not a consistency to these trails. Like some areas are thicker and some aren't. And it looks like and it's off center too. Like it's not balanced. So
Hmm.
that makes me think he was like staggering around the room.
Hmm.
But now I'm trying to figure out why he would do that.
And yeah, it's not exactly this is pretty all over the place, even where
The
he
other thing
really
is
didn't
there's
need
some
to walk.
leading towards Yeah, the other thing is there's some leading towards the door, and the door was barred when we tried to open it,
Hmm.
which I assume was linked to like a bang and maybe a tear gas grenade,
Hmm.
so that when you try to open the door, it sets off. Probably to draw attention so everyone goes and discovers him or something. But now I'm trying to wonder, like, why?
Hmm.
Why would he go through that much effort?
Good question. I'll have to investigate from here on out as well. It was the arsenal where the body was found. It was a lot better than before. Before, the smoke was still in full view when the door was first opened. Haruhiko? Always trying to stay bright and keep us from dying. I have a different mind when my heart thinks about my friends. Weird sentence. Even at this time, when I was at the ballroom, everyone was going crazy and reasoning was erased from our minds, even though I was on the verge to kill myself. Why did you end up like this? I'll reveal it. Because of his death, we are alive. I'll never make your death in vain. I'll survive for Haruhiko's sake.
Kind of crazy that we managed to stop before the investigation last time.
Yes,
Like right
right
before it.
before.
Alright, let's see what the fuck's going on.
Alrighty then. Oh, the smell. So this is the source of the smoke. It was a military smoke screen that was often used for strategic purposes in modern warfare, as it was on the ground and still spreading a little bit of smoke from it. Also, close to the smoke bomb, there was a flash grenade that had been used and became an empty steel barrel. Flashbang and smokescreen. These were also... When Teruya and I opened the door at first to the arsenal this morning, in an instant, a tremendous light and sound came upon us. At the same time, the smokescreen spread like a mist. Looking at this far, no matter how I think about it, these grenades can be affirmed as the cause of the situation. The question is who? Who would do this? And what happened while we were confused? Was it also the culprit? In the most realistic case, when we opened the arsenal, the killer was already inside. Even if it was estimated from the time of death of Haruhiko, the timing was right. And in an absolute soundproofed arsenal, no matter how loud it was, it would have been impossible to be noticed. So yeah, it is likely that the killer really stayed in there and then escaped, I guess.
I don't know,
Hmm.
because this room only has one opening, and the entrance was barred.
Hmm.
But I see what you're saying because of the smoke screen and stuff. However, if you were expecting like the smoke screen and the flashbang, not only would you have to like make sure your mouth is covered like to escape, you would have to somehow blindly find your way out. So if this is the case, they'd be camping near the door as it went off, which that would make them the most disoriented, judging on how smokescreen and flashbangs work, because they're extremely disorienting the closer you are to them.
But
So it would be an incredible feat for someone to like be trapped in the room with Haruhiko's body and do this. And I'm just trying to figure out who would, if that's the way this went.
yeah, and also, what is the purpose if the culprit wasn't in the room?
Not sure. That's the part I'm missing. Because that's the weird part, is like, I can understand barring the room from discovery, but then you have to think why. Unless it was like that the victim was protecting the person who murdered him.
Which would be the case if it was Satsuki.
Satsuki was also the most distressed, but like they were close.
There's only one entrance to the arsenal. In order to escape, they would have no way but to meet us outside. Was the smokescreen and flashbang used to avoid that encounter? However, when I recall the situation in the morning, it would be difficult to say that the person would artificially come out at the same time we opened the door.
Yeah, that's the part that has me confused.
Oh, no, wait. This is... A thick wooden plank was stuck in the inner handle of the arsenal door, and now it was in a state of being doubled towards the opening of the door. Something that I had right before opening the door with Teraya this morning. It looks like it was this wooden board. The overall development that can be inferred so far is the thick plank was clasped in the door of the arsenal, and the flash and smoke grenades were both placed on the plank. That happens when you forcefully open the door from the outside. The board gets crushed and the placed grenades fall to the floor. And this shock triggered the grenades. But something feels weird. In the end, if it was meant to be used by the killer to get out of the arsenal through an enormous light and sound, was it necessary to use this cumbersome method? I can't even guess what the killer's goal was.
Just remembered something. And now I understand why it was presented. Remember earlier in this chapter when Haruhiko was genuinely nerding out about the arsenal? He has a lot of knowledge of the stuff in here. I think he set it up.
That could be it, yeah.
Because I don't see Satsuki having this knowledge of how to set, like, up a complicated mechanism without accidentally setting off those grenades in advance. Haruhiko has enough knowledge where he knows some of the vintage guns in here, and he knows the models of the stuff in here. He would obviously know the grenades then, and be able to set them up. The only other person I could see that would have this knowledge too is Kinjo, but he obviously didn't kill because he's psychotic in a different sense. So...
He was tied up, so yeah.
There's that too. That was like the only time they could have come in here and done it too, because Kinjo wasn't camping in this room. He was tied up.
Oh, Maida, welcome back.
Monokuma, why are you here?
Sheesh, why are you treating me so harshly? I served you a meal as promised, didn't I? Did you eat your food?
I don't have time for your nonsense jokes. Disappear.
Why are you so angry, I wonder? Anyways, I've forgotten something, so I came to deliver it to you.
Monokuma file.
Yeah. It's the Monokuma File 4!
Ah, right.
Just drops the hostility more to just confusion. Oh, Yuki, God.
Weak reaction, Maida? You baka, Mulberry?
Off he goes.
Yep. Monokuma file 4. So it's already the 4th file. No, let's stop thinking like that. My only option is to think about the case. This is the Monokuma file left behind by Monokuma. It doesn't seem like much help, but I'll have to read it first.
Yeah, okay, so... gunshot wound and his hand is mutilated.
The victim is Haruhiko Kobashikawa. The estimated time of death is about 6 AM. The body was found in the arsenal. The cause of death was excessive bleeding due to a gunshot wound to the right chest. In addition, the index and middle finger of his right hand were ruptured and broken. Gunshot wound. From the first time I saw the arsenal at the ballroom, I guessed it vaguely, but from this fact, the intake seems to be a gun. The time of death here is about 6 AM. The time was lost when I spent it in the ballroom, but when I went to the dormitory to change my clothes a little earlier, I checked the current time was around 9 AM. That means Haruhiko's death was less than 3 hours ago. I got up after listening to the announcement at 7 AM this morning. So the incident really happened quite early this time. This time the time of death is properly written, and I guess the cause of death too. There was a trap in the Monokuma file for the previous case. There was a confusion of the time because he didn't write down whether it was AM or PM, but fortunately there seems to be no doubt about this Monokuma file. But that's it. This Monokuma file is just that. No special clues to be found in it. No, at least we can know the estimated time of death. Let's take a note of it. Alright. Weird little gun. Huh? Suddenly, while investigating the corner of a wall, I saw something out of place. This gun, why is it so far away in the corner of the room? I picked it off the floor and checked it. I felt a heavy, peculiar feeling of how real it was, but I couldn't find anything particularly strange. It's just a gun that doesn't change much like the other guns that are on display. Was it just a little far away? Nah.
Maeda, what are you doing?
Huh? What is it, Teruya?
You should take your hands off that gun right now!
Wait, this must be some misunderstanding. I was just trying to investigate over here.
That gun will blow up!
Oh gee.
Oh wait, does it misfire?
The
The misfiring would explain his hand.
yeah. Blow up? What are you talking about?
What are you doing? Now you've decided to kill? It's a shame for me to tell you this, but it would be a big deal if I were in your shoes right now. Never touch that gun.
That's not it. I was just trying to investigate. This is a misunderstanding. Why would I try to kill you?
You weren't trying to shoot me?
That's right. So what did you mean by this blowing up? Why are you so
My
terrified?
boy.
Did you mess up?
It's nothing!
Yeah, right.
Area, come back. What the fuck are you hiding?
What? Teruya's son behavior is strange, but according to his words, this could be dangerous, so I put the pistol in its original position and decided to leave it alone. However, Teruya's strange remarks feel like something is odd. I'll take note of it. Maybe it's a trap, he said.
Oh, no. Like, Teria does have motive to go at Haruhiko, don't get me wrong, but I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't have to be him who killed him.
No, he might be like involved,
Hmm.
involved, but I don't think he killed him. Might either be an accomplice or just know part of what happened.
Oh, Maida!
Tyler, what are you doing without investigating?
I'm sorry, the body is so terrible.
I understand it's hard, but we can't help it. We'll have to do it. We have to do our own investigation as far as we can.
No, it's been about a week since Urahara's case. I'll do my best.
Mikado, I want to ask you something. It's noisy. Since when did you get along with me talking so freely? Get lost. Even so, I thought we could cooperate a little by passing the same point of death, but it seems to have gotten worse. In this case, it might be better to cooperate with Kinjo as much as possible with this limited time. It's still so funny how we're still working closer together with Kinjo than Mikado, considering everything.
Actually, I just realized something.
Hmm?
There are 3 guns on the ground. And then there's something up top that looks like it's broken.
Hmm.
And also the blood seems to start at one of the counters. Up top.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yes, it is. This is a pistol. It's located in the immediate vicinity of Haruhiko. Then this pistol could be the weapon that killed Haruhiko. Or so I thought, but soon I realized it was wrong. The guns are all scattered on the floor. There wasn't only one gun that fell on the floor. Perhaps it was the criminal's actions. Most of the guns fell to the floor and were mixed randomly. From this point on, I don't know which gun was the one that directly killed Haruhiko. It would be difficult to conclude that this is the gun used for the killing just because it was the closest one. It seems that the guns were all scattered in order to prevent the real one from being found. I should check things out.
So I have a brain worm. One of the guns is wired to misfire, which is the one in the corner based off what Terry was saying. There's one that is in pieces up top, because I think that's a gun. I think that's what that like residue on the ground is, that's like white and shit. It looks like broken something. And then we have all these other randomly placed guns on the ground too, because I'm noticing there's actually more than 3 here. Some of them are light and it's hard to see them in the smoke.
Yeah, here, this one...
This is something.
This one...
We're really gonna need Tsurugi's cooperation here because he's the only gun expert left alive in this room.
Alright, police boy. Spit it out. Kinjo. Maida.
God, he finally has his hair back, Rina, look!
Yes, yes.
It's...
I've
the evil has been defeated!
I've never missed a hairstyle so much before.
God, you look so much better like this, and I hate that I'm saying that!
Yes. Good to be back, eh? In the end, I can't hide the awkward mood. Kinjo told me to focus only on the investigation, but I was still worried about it. Just... Yes? Do you have anything to ask about the case? Well... I mean, Haruhiko's body, he wasn't killed instantly, right? Indeed. In fact, there is a hole in the chest, and even in the Monokuma, it is said to be an... It's said he bled to death due to a gunshot wound. A gun. Until now, thanks to the layout of the school, there were murders with items that could be common in everyday life. To think there would be a person who was shot to death. It's fine. You guys might not be familiar, but I had my fair share with gunshots. Is there something you don't know? It's fine to ask. Is it because of the incident that happened? Even though there was a conflict less than 24 hours ago, Kinjo wasn't much different from the way he usually treats me.
He
Well...
also misses you.
Well, maybe it's the gun and the chest wound. Would it be better to see this as an immediate death? No, I don't think Haruhiko was close to an immediate death. Huh? Why is that? Even if it was right in the chest, it's not the heart. It's the right chest. The bullet passes through the body. Since it wasn't stuck, it would have been possible to move for a short amount of time rather than die immediately.
I didn't know that mattered. Okay, interesting.
It wasn't stuck? So it penetrated the body. Wouldn't it be more dangerous then? There are surprisingly many people who think that way, but in reality it's better for a bullet to pass through the body than being stuck in it.
Oh, because of the lead poisoning.
Probably also. There are 3 types of layers damage to a body. One is bleeding, another is burning. The last one is the impact of a bullet's kinetic energy. If you look at one by one, it is difficult to inflict great damage due to a small surface area. In case of burns, it is rare that from excessive bleeding you die immediately. But the story of shock caused by kinetic energy is different. Maida, if you get hit with a fist or a bat, it will be difficult to move due to the impact, right? That's right. If you're an ordinary person who doesn't even have special training, that would be even worse. Similarly, when a bullet gets stuck inside the body, all the kinetic energy turns into shock energy, creating an instantaneous
Oh.
large space in the body. Yeah, I understand.
I didn't know that shit. That's interesting.
Hmm.
I don't know a lot about guns because I kind of glaze over them.
I
That
mean,
makes sense.
yeah, we only had toy guns in our house ever, so... The fact that this space has been created means that the body has been greatly shocked. The shock will cause negligible
Negligible.
negligible blah,
Negligible.
negligible damage and
Yes.
damage to the surrounding organs as well.
It's such an obnoxious word, but yeah.
Yeah, it's very bleh.
Yeah.
Really? I'm not sure what you mean exactly, but anyway, that means penetration is a better alternative than getting stuck, right? That sounds wrong.
More or less.
That's what it means. In fact, in some foreign countries there are bullets that split the front part of the bullet and cause fragments to get stuck in the body.
Oh, those
Aye.
fucking suck. I know about those.
Hmm.
They're like scatter shots or some shit. It's basically where like the top of the bullet fucking frays and then kind of works as like a hook and like it's harder to get out. Ugh, the thought of that wigs me out. I hate it.
Why would you even invent that? That just sucks for everyone.
Malicious intent and war.
But like, if someone is shot, it's already bad. Like, there's no need to make it
Yeah.
worse.
I sometimes like arms specialists, I would not dream of that job, considering that they basically put you to work to figure out like the worst possible way to kill people.
Yeah.
to like get an upper hand and win because of how terrible the repercussions are. Anyway, it's something I don't like thinking about, but I know it's a thing.
And that's why you never want biologists and stuff working on the war front. That could be... Biological horror is very, very bad, and it can be real if you want it to be.
I don't like that.
There are parasites
I believe
never
you
want
most
to know.
definitely, but I don't like that.
So yeah.
Mhm.
That's terrible. The bullet did this. It was a fatal injury to be hit by this bullet, whether it was stuck or if it pierced the body. Especially in the case of Haruhiko, as Maida said, the chest was hit. So even if it was pierced, there's a high possibility that a hole in his lungs was... that it pierced a hole in his lung. That's not nice.
Okay, that makes sense why he was coughing up blood.
As I said before, it's only less shocking, and he must have died shortly after having difficulty breathing and bleeding. It's hard. Guns should only be cheap for the wicked. Guns should not be cheap for anyone. But I know it's a saying. Unless it's an extreme game. This is an extreme situation. There doesn't really seem to be a need to be talking about it. Anyway, I'll move on to another place, since the arsenal has been roughly investigated. Make sure to investigate carefully. If you find anything, let me know, Maida. Okay, bye, I guess.
Bye, I guess.
Kinjo, there was an incident yesterday, and he seemed a lot unstable recently, but it seems everything is okay, since he seems like always. Was it only me that had a hard time to deal with it? Seriously, Kinjo is a completely different person from when we first met. The time he was hostile to us, and the time of the investigation. For now, let's check what Kinjo told me. I didn't really understand it all, but in summary, it's better to be pierced from the bullet than having it stuck. Haruhiko's case was the latter. Was it like that? Alright, Haruhiko. I couldn't see it properly because of the smoke, but when I suddenly stopped to look at it, I could find that there was an unnatural blood stain on the floor. Blood traces danced throughout the arsenal as if Haruhiko wandered around the arsenal after being shot. What is this unnatural blood stain? It's obvious that it's Haru's blood, but rather than trying to run away after being shot, just looking at the blood spots, it seems as he was trying to move in the arsenal all over the place. Simply put, it was bizarre.
Oh, so he was staggering around.
Is it reasonable to assume that this degree of descriptive blood was made by the killer dragging Haruhiko unconscious? Well, for now, I can only think of it as a possibility, but there must be a reason for the blood to be left in this way. Maybe Haru was wandering around checking the guns.
Rina, I was just about to say that. Look at the pattern of the blood. It kind of hesitates around some of the guns that are on the floor. Like, that he was pulling them off and knocking them down. The only one that doesn't have blood around it is the one in the corner of the room.
Yep. Interesting. So can we, like, check him? Yes. It's Haruhiko's body. He really stares into your soul, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's really grim.
It's no different from our friends who have died so far. His cold, empty eyes. We are alive today because you are dead. Don't you think this is absurd? There was no way that Haruhiko, who had passed in such a devastating manner, would answer me. But the class trial still remains. If we can't find the culprit who killed you, we will all die. By all means, I'll find the one who killed you, Haruhiko. I won't make your death in vain. After expressing minimal condolences to Haruhiko, as if making a prayer, I began to investigate his body. First, the fatal wound that can be considered as the direct cause of the death must be a gunshot wound to the chest. In the case of friends who have died so far, if they used a hammer, a knife, or a plaster weapon, that makes the murder weapon bloody. In the case of Haruhiko, because of Monokuma's prepared arsenal, he was shot because the treasure provided an inspiration to kill him. However, I don't really know how to deal with this, as ordinary students like me don't have the slightest idea about how one feels being shot. It will be hard to find out which gun actually killed him.
Because you'd need to find the bullet
Yeah,
to match the trace marks.
and I don't think our dear students here will be able to do that by sight.
Especially, that's probably the other reason for the smoke screen. That's probably the other reason for the smoke screen, if Haruhiko is the one that set it up, was to obscure the crime scene more, to make it harder to find the bullet.
The murder weapon is a gun. Even if it was a gun, what kind of gun was it? And in addition to the gunshot wound in the chest, there was something suspicious. Haruhiko's right hand. His right hand was devastatingly destroyed, so much that I couldn't look at it with open eyes. It was literally destroyed. The index and middle finger were completely amputated, OEG, and the remaining fingers were torn to pieces.
So it was definitely from that injury was definitely from the misfire gun.
Yeah. Ugh. I'm sure Haruhiko got his wound from being shot in the chest, but what in the world happened to the wound on his right hand? No matter how much I think about it, I don't think my hand would look like this if it was shot by a bullet. Rather than a gun, it's like he got caught in a dynamite-like explosion. I think it's a little weird when I look at it closely. I wonder what kind of gun was it that shot Haruhiko, and it is urgent we find out the identity of the object that caused the wound on the right hand. There were no more noticeable clues, and I couldn't see any more of my friend's terrible body, so I decided to stop and get up. Phew. Yeah.
This is an interesting brainworm, but he got shot, but he was holding a gun too. If he was holding the gun that misfired, it means he couldn't have shot himself. So someone did shoot him, but he also had a gun that misfired. And I'm wondering if the reason why Teria reacted that way, because as much as those two butt heads, they are very close friends. I am wondering if Haruhiko had Teria help him set up the gun so that it would misfire.
It could be that maybe
so
all
that
of the
he
guns...
wouldn't shoot, so that he wouldn't shoot whoever else was involved, and that he would get shot instead.
What if most of the guns were prepared that way?
The only working gun was handed to the other person.
It would make sense
That's also a thought.
to avoid any more murders with guns, and also it would make it very obvious who tried. What is this? At first there was no distinction from the tin blood on the floor, but when I looked closely I felt something like it was the remains of something other than blood was stuck on the floor.
That looks like the gun that
Yeah.
exploded in Haruhiko's hand.
A gun. Is it really? It was so disastrously destroyed that there was almost no form left, but I almost thought of a gun form of parts. It wasn't just because of the destruction, but a large amount of blood was stuck on each piece. Because of the lightning on the floor, it was difficult to see clearly. How can it be destroyed this way, though? It's like seeing a bloody octopus. No, that doesn't make sense. While observing the remains of the destroyed gun, I suddenly found something noticeable. This gun, it's loaded with bullets. In my mind, I checked around the other guns, but all of the magazines were empty, for this to be the only one destroyed. A small number of bullets were loaded. The arsenal is basically unloaded, and the bullets who were loaded separately are stuck in a magazine. Because of these conditions, and the fact that the only one loaded with a bullet is this gun means there is a possibility that this is the murder weapon. This sounds like a pretty important clue. Let's be careful to remember this. So everything else is unloaded, I see.
Except the one in the corner. The reason I say that is because Teria said if you handle that gun, it'll explode.
Yep.
The only reason it would explode is because it was loaded. And Teria was worried about Maida trying to shoot him.
Yep.
Meaning that that gun is loaded and he knew it was.
There's blood splattered in this area too. Eh? I was trying to check the conditions of the guns in display. There was blood on the display, but when I looked up close, I witnessed an even more grotesque sight. Is it Haru's fingers?
Yeah.
Yep. Fingers? It was human fingers, no matter how you looked at it. And of course, the owner of these fingers was Haru. I know Haruhiko's body had a ruptured hand in addition to the gunshot wound in the chest. Among them, his index and middle finger fell off from it. His fingers were lying here as proof. But why are his fingers here? At first glance, it was far away from Haruhiko's body. From the shape of the blood, it looks like he began to walk after his fingers got cut. No, it's the opposite. It's likely that this was where he started moving, just by taking a glance on this floor. Yeah. Though there are few blood splatters to the right. I should consider the possibility that the killer moved the body for some reason. Let's see, did I check everything here?
You've done the Monokuma file, you've checked Haru. And I'm assuming you checked the blood trail in front of him.
Yep.
That gun, the gun in the corner, and the steaming grenade that's already at the entrance. And you've already talked to Mekaru and
Yep.
Hane in here.
Alright.
Which means there's evidence outside, or you probably have to talk to the others.
Hi, Satsuki.
That is very sus, she's never quiet.
Yeah. Satsuki, why are you standing still doing what?
Yuki, what am I supposed to do?
Is it because it's Haru? It seems too horrible, but now we have no choice but to investigate, even if it sounds bad. In order to survive.
To survive, is it?
Satsuki?
No, yeah, the investigation. I have to, yeah.
She was so quiet that it wasn't like Satsuki at all, and the girl that went rampant like always. It seems that Haruhiko's death hurt her more than any of us. Suspicious.
The way she's talking to survive,
Yeah.
the way she said that made it sound like the way I would survive is not the same. Oh, honey, what happened?
Kurukawa, you were here. What about the Arsenal investigation?
I did it roughly.
You aren't supposed to do it roughly.
Maida, I want you to listen to me.
Huh?
There's a problem with the alibis. During dawn, I kept monitoring the hallway.
You were, Kurukawa? Are you okay? I didn't really know, but you could have died because of hunger.
It's okay, I'm used to it.
Girl, you shouldn't be used to hunger. You're used to it.
Anyway, about the alibis. My room is right next to the arsenal. Unfortunately, because of the soundproofing, I couldn't hear anything inside the arsenal. Only the sound of the arsenal door opening and closing could be heard.
Huh. That means you heard it? You saw who went into the arsenal?
I heard the sounds. I couldn't see them from this room, but I could see the moment when they were passing by the door of my room.
Isn't that right next to the arsenal anyway? If I had passed in front of Kurukawa's room and headed to the arsenal, no. This is the hallway on the left side in front of the arsenal. Due to the structure of the ballroom, you could turn to the other side and enter the arsenal. You can move without being seen by Kurukawa.
That's right, but at least I've seen a few people that entered the arsenal.
Really? Who were they?
One is Haruhiko.
And the other?
The rest I'll tell you in the trial. Suddenly, I thought about investigating.
Oh-huh. Keeping secrets?
I mean, Satsuki's also right there.
Yeah. Still, a weird girl like usual, but thanks to Kurokawa, this case could be solved fairly easily. Apart from that, I'm worried about Kurokawa's health. She usually looks weak and nervous, but this time she couldn't even sleep or eat at all. I hope she's okay.
Well, I mean, she did eat whenever they provided food, but
Yeah.
she's just lacking sleep right now.
Alright, police boy, why are you camping in front of this door?
Whose door is it?
Kinjo, what are you doing in front of the door? Maida, you're here. There was something I was going to check right now, but if it's okay, why don't we check together? What are we looking for? We're looking at it. It's open. Wasn't this room? Indeed, it was from Haruhiko Kobashikawa's corpse. I borrowed the key from it for a while. Because this is an incident in a closed space with limited movement, it's better to search everywhere as much as possible. I decided to follow Kinjo and investigate Haru's room. It's a room that's no different from my room, shockingly enough. Maida, look at this. There's something of interest here.
Note?
Yeah, some kind of paper. To Haruhiko, I have something to say. If you read this, why don't you come to the arsenal? I am not going to kill you. I hope you believe me. I'll be waiting. Satsuki or Teruya? This
Prompting
is...
the I'm not going to kill you is either because it's in the arsenal or because of who it's from. So it could be one of those two, just depending on what the context of that is.
Yeah. Huh. This letter was written by the killer. It's the same method as when Maki was killed. Besides, this letter wasn't torn like last time. It's proof that the culprit couldn't even mess with.
Teria! It's Teria! Remember, he always keeps paper and pens on him.
Ah, yeah, now that...
The letter's from Teria. And the reason he specified that is because they had been fighting for days. So the letter's from Teria, because I remember he had pens and paper on him and that they were going to do the voting that way.
Yep.
I had to think about it for a second. I was like, who the fuck? I remember now.
However, this seems a little more than what it takes. What it takes? I'll ask you, madam, after reading this, would you go to the arsenal? I mean... By the time this letter was sent, they would kill me. After we hit each other and fought. In that situation, if I received a letter like this from you... There was also the way Mitsuhiro Higa used to putting a letter down the door. Down the door? How can you even know that? Can't you tell by a glance? There's no reason to meet face to face to give a letter. And there's no other way to send a letter in a locked room like this. It's definitely the first time anyone thinks of calling themselves out for murder. But why did Haruhiko go directly to the arsenal? Well, but couldn't it have been that they didn't know because it was impossible to think normally? I mean, just before we went crazy... No, we were already crazy. If you look at the source of the madness, it's due to being starved and dying because we couldn't eat food and the fear that someone might kill you. In other words, it's because of this self-defense fear of death. I don't want to die. So you would rather judge things related to death more rationally than usual in extreme situations. Still, the question remains, why did Haruhiko go through death's door by all means? Is it because he believed it? What? Haruhiko probably believed. He believed that no one in our group could commit a murder. He believed until the very end.
Joe didn't like that.
Yeah.
That's what that expression was.
We were all on the verge of releasing the strings of reason, but it was different for Haruhiko. He was the same. He wasn't sane, but he still opposed the idea of murder to the end. Yeah, that's right. He was very unhappy about what Teria thought of. Kinjo, you did that too, right? He didn't want to ask you, but we have all gotten weird. He pleaded to you to do something. Because Haruhiko was like that. Even if they were insane, he would have trusted a friend and went straight to the arsenal. Such stupidity. It's not worth of the word trust. It's like jumping into death without being able to judge the situation. What's with that face? Were you hoping to get closer to me? Did you want me to be impressed by saying this was your way of showing your trust to others? Well, look at the result. He died because of that stupidity. That's the reason I am far away from people like you, or this. Gee. Kinjo. Enough. We're investigating now. We can't get excited over personal feelings. Well, whatever Haruhiko acted that way because of mischief is withheld, but this letter is an important clue in the end. Just finding this gives us a great achievement. There seems to be nothing else special in the room other than this. I'll leave and check other places then. Let's see each other at the class trial. I thought he was okay, but Kinjo is still having doubts in his mind. I mean, my friend. He was never okay.
He has never been okay.
If this class trial ends safely and we all survive, we will have a serious talk about Kinjo's state. Oh my, looking forward to that. Oh, already?
Ooh, that was a short investigation.
Yes.
Hello, can everyone hear me? It's already time. Anyways, it's happened only inside the ballroom. So there's not much to investigate, right? Now then, everyone. Please gather in front of the entrance to the courtroom.
I'm still curious about the big empty room though. What's it gonna be
Me
used
too.
for?
God, me too. What the fuck's going on over there?
So it's already the end of the investigation. No matter how much I do this, it's too short. Damn, I don't think I've recovered my sensitivity yet on my body. But it can't be helped. I did my best to investigate as much as I could. All that remains is what we have investigated so far. And we have no choice but to guess the killer with everyone else.
Oh my god, this is such a short cast.
Yes.
Ah!
Very little to go around.
And we're gonna lose another one too. God.
Probably one of my characters, considering that you only have 2 left.
Yeah, well, if you count Monokuma, and considering we haven't seen the other student yet,
Yes.
he'll come in at some point, I'm sure.
Everyone's here.
Yes.
Why? Guys, come on. Come on!
Oh, Maida's here. Then let's start the trial.
Only the tension is flowing. The mood is terribly awkward. While in the ballroom, the world of a lawless land was so colorless and hard. Above all, the number of people was just too small. 7 people, including me. Besides, one of us is the culprit who killed Haruhiko. Even if this trial is safely handed over, the criminal will be executed and only 6 people will remain. 6. It was a number that didn't feel real. When was our head count being reduced to this extent?
Looks like everyone's gathered. Well, it's easier to manage people since the numbers have been reduced. But isn't everyone's tension too low? Events that are washed out like class trials are more lively, you know? It's no fun because there's no reaction at all. Jeez. Now then, it's already the 4th time. Right? This is the start of a fun class trial, so get on the elevator.
Whatever the case, I have to go beyond this class trial. The later issues are for later. Everyone has their faces on as if they were determined to do something, even in an awkward mood. Different thoughts intersected each other, and we run into a hell cult, a class trial once again.
Oh man.
Yay. And this is where we will end the part.
Yeah! Oh my god, we actually get to do the trial this session.
I'm also surprised at this.
I'm excited. Let's go.
Alright then, next time, then the class trial. Until
later.
then, bye!
Bye.